All right. Back again. It's another day number 3 of the week for streaming. So, final stream of the week. We're going to make it a good one. This is going to be a solo little thing I came up with for our game Zoned Out. We just released this recently, so if you don't know what it is, I'll give you a quick rundown. Zoned Out, this is a kind of a city building game where you're playing these cards that have these different blocks on them, and they're different types of zones. So like the blocks can be like residential or commercial or industrial zones, and you're trying to play zones that match to build up like these city districts, and then once you move out of them, they'll develop and you'll actually build buildings on them, and you'll score points based on how large that section is, as well as what it may be next to on the board as far as adding or losing points. So that's kind of like a base level explanation of what the game is. So in this version, you won't find this in the rulebook because I kind of just made this up. But I have tested a couple of times, seems to work perfectly fine. I'll post the rules for this on BGG after the stream if anybody wants to give it a shot. And I have some serious hair problems today. All right, so for if you know how to play Zoned Out, or if you've seen it before, here's the difference. I am the only living player, obviously, so I will still play as normal. The way the AI works is we're just going to play the top card of the deck, and then whatever's on that card, we're going to look on the board and see what the best option for the AI is. If they can continue to develop the zone they currently are, then we will play the card and place it in the best way possible for the AI. If they can't continue that zone, but it can be placed somewhere else, then they will move to a new zone. It sounds simple enough, but in playtesting this earlier, it turned out that it's actually a really aggressive AI and pretty difficult. So I have not set a score to meet to consider a win. I'm just trying to beat the AI. In this, there's only one AI I'm playing against. You could scale this up and play with 3 other AIs, and you just do the same thing for each one as far as playing a card and doing stuff. It's just that for the stream, if you're moving all of these pieces by yourself, it can be a little time-consuming as far as like building the buildings up and everything. So I just stuck with one AI. That's hard enough. The other difference is that there's going to be 5 of these objective cards here. These will score at the end of the game. And the way that you do these is you basically separate them by type or color. So, blue, yellow, pink, gray. You will need the, you don't have to have them, but it helps. You will need to have the promo set that we sell on the website along with the game. And you will need, you choose these at random. You'll need at least one scoring card that cares about the skyscrapers in the middle, and then any other random gray card, and then a random blue, random pink, random yellow. So that is kind of how the scoring will work. Like I said, it seems pretty simple on the surface, but when it comes down to the scoring, it's going to be a little bit difficult. Also, the AI never accumulates the discard tokens here, so they're never going to get negative points. So yeah, it's actually going to be a little more difficult than what people might think. So if you haven't played this game, there's plenty of videos of how to plays that you can find that we've been posting recently. You can also just pick it up as I go. If the game looks cool and you enjoy it, and you enjoyed watching, I put links at the top of the page here. You can go to our website to pick up the game as well as all the other stuff that we have there. We also just launched a merch store recently, and we have some items that are up, and we're still adding more all the time. So it's still just a few things right now, but we'll be adding more in the coming weeks. For basically, we want to have stuff there for all of our games. So that's those are the 2 links up there. So greyfoxgames.com/zonedout for the game, and then teespring.com/store/greyfoxgames for our merchandise. That's going to be all of the stuff there. So I'm just going to go ahead and get into it. Like I said, if you want more in-depth of how the game works and everything, there's plenty of material on YouTube for you to check out as far as how to play, or you could always just go ahead and order a copy of the game and figure it out yourself. All right. So I'll kind of continue to explain things as I go. On your turn, it's pretty simple. You can choose to discard any cards you don't want on your hand. Starting your turn, if you do, take a redraw token. These work like blame tokens in Champions of Midgard. The more you get, the more points you lose at the end of the game. And on your turn, all you're going to do is play one card. You play a card, it has to cover up at least one space on another card, up to a maximum of 3 spaces, meaning I can't just overlap a card entirely, but 1 to 3 spaces it has to cover up wherever I play. And then I'm trying to match not only the type of building, but the density, meaning the number of buildings on that zone. So like This is a heavy density because it has 3 buildings on it, and it's pink, which means that that is residential. So I would need to play this like somewhere next to this one because it's a matching one. So that's what you're doing, is you're trying to match not only types but densities. And like I said, once you move out of those zones, you'll score them based on how big they are, and then you'll add and subtract points based on what it's next to in the city. It's pretty straightforward. So yeah, that's it. In this mode, you always go first too. So like I said, I'm gonna play a card, refill my hand, and then we're gonna play for the AI, and then we'll see how we do. All right. So based off what I can do here, I do think that's a pretty good idea, actually. So I'm gonna play this over here, put my little dude over here on this card, refill my hand, and that is my first turn. So the AI, like I said, their turn, all we're gonna do is we're gonna play the top card of this deck here. We're gonna see where they can place this. They can place it there. They could also place it down here, next to either of these. Based off of what, basically, like I said, you're going to play these in the interest of the AI. So think of it of like, if I was playing this card, what's the best way that I could play it? Kind of mention it like that, or think about it like that. So we're going to go ahead, and I would assume that I would try and like mess with this other player. So I would place this here, because now I've cut me off from that section, and I've also taken away some points there. Yep, and then we'll go back to my turn. It's that simple. All right, I can't continue developing in that, but I can continue over here. So, I think what we try and do is try and do something like this. Yeah, do that there. So I'm going to hop out of there. Now, since I've started a new type of zone here, or that I've hopped into, we're going to develop the old one. So if you look here on page 8 of your rulebook, you'll have the all the scoring pieces here. This is going to give you your base score for the size zone that you have built, and then you will have positives and negatives based on what's next to the your stuff on the board. So I had 2 zones, so that's worth 3 points by itself, and it's next to park, which is worth +1 point. It's also next to a parking lot, which is worth -1 point. So I will gain a point, then I'll lose a point. So I'm just going to get the 3 points that I get from the rulebook. So I will take the 3 points. So these look like coins, but they're actually point trackers. So I'm just going to get 3 points. I'm going to put it over here on my side. And that's that. And then you will take buildings here, these cool little stackable little building pieces we have. And you're going to add to each space building pieces equal to the number or the density of that zone. So since it's a heavy zone and it had 3 buildings each, I will add 3 building pieces to each of those. And then wherever I was in the quadrant of the city, there's a downtown card, I will add 1 piece to the skyscraper down there. And since I was more in the this bottom corner here, I will add 1 piece there, and that's it. And that's it for me, for my turn. Like I said, it takes a couple of rounds, but it's once you understand the flow of it, it's pretty straightforward. So, AI's turn. Can they do anything here? Yes, actually. So what they can do is they're going to place this here, and they're going to hop up 1. So they're going to cover that up. Now they're also starting a new zone, so we're going to develop their old one. It's 2 blocks, so that means it's a it's going to be 3 points, and then they're going to lose a point for being next to this, and lose a point being next to that. So they're actually just going to gain 1 point total, and then they're going to add those pieces there, and then 1 piece up here. Now, it may seem like the AI is not doing great because they didn't gain a whole lot of points off of that individual one, but you have to keep in mind that these scoring cards over here actually play a large part in the end of the game. So what they didn't gain here, they will likely make up here. And if you can do both, great. All right, so back to me. I'm working on a medium density commercial. So we are going to cover this up like this. Beautiful. All right, that's actually a big point swing for me whenever that scores. All right, so let's see what the AI does. So I've got heavy density residential, which they can't do, and then I've got a low density one of these. They actually can't play this card. So if they can't play it, you're just going to discard it, and then we're going to draw another one. And this one they can play. So they will... I think they're going to want to try and... You want to try and score as many points as possible, so I'll just play it like that. They'll continue making their zone. Back to me. Okay. I can still keep going, too. I have these, so that's good. Yeah, this is actually going to be a pretty good-looking zone for me, actually, right now. For the AI, let me see. They have that and that. They can play. They cannot play that card. They can play this card. So let's go ahead and yeah, let's just go ahead and hop out here. Actually, knowing them, I would say that they would probably go over here and try and crunch in on what I'm trying to do. So we're going to develop that for them. It was 3 blocks, so that's going to be a total of 6 points. And then let's see what they lose. They'll lose 2 points there, and then they'll gain 2 points there. So they're actually just going to get the flat 6 points that they do from the base scoring value. And we're going to add some pieces to the board here. And then we're going to add another one of their pieces to the skyline. Or the skyscraper. All right. That's it. So back to me. I could keep this going if I want to, but I'm going to be losing a lot of points if I do that. So I should probably try and hop out somewhere else if I can. I want to hop into a quadrant that we haven't quite done yet. Try and get some points there. So I yeah, let's do this. We'll start messing with the AI. So I'm going to hop over there. I'm going to develop the zone. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4. That's going to be 10 points, and then let's see what I gain and lose. So for losing, I'm next to 1 parking lot, 2 parking lots. So I will go to 8 points, but I'm going to gain 2, 3, 4 points. So I'll go to 12. So 12 points will be what I gain from that zone, which is pretty good. So we'll put that over there. And now we add all of our building pieces here. Oh no. These aren't particularly difficult to stack or anything. I'm just having to be careful trying to watch my microphone and everything. All right, so there's that. And then I will need to put another piece on my skyscraper downtown there. And we're going to go back to the AI's turn. Refill my hand. AI. They have a single, and they have a double residential, which they can do. So they're going to hop over me. They're going to develop this zone here. So that's going to be 2, so that's a total of 3 points. They're next to 2 parking lots, so unfortunately they will just get 1 point for that. Oh, wrong building pieces. We need the green ones because that is the color of robots. And then we'll need to add one to downtown, and they'll gain just 1 point here. Not a big deal. All right. Back to me. Let's see. I'm working on low density. Oof. I think we try and risk it here. So we'll see if I can cover up all those negative points. AI's turn. Oh, I couldn't play that card because that's a zone that they're working on. So hold on a second here. So that means I would have had to have done it like... Well, if I do that, they're not next to anything. It's just me getting negative points. So now I got to think about this. Because if I'd only want to play this if I can affect them. No, it was that one that I didn't have. Okay, so I would probably hop out of the zone if I could. So I will do that. I'll just go up here instead, and we'll go ahead and we'll score this. It's a good thing I caught that, because I want to play the game the right way. So it's worth 3 points, and then I'm going to lose 3 points. So I actually won't gain any points out of that, but I will add something to the skyscraper there and hop out. So, all right, all is right with the world. We're done. That's good. So let's see. We've got this one again here, which they can play. So we'll say that they'll just cover it up here, and they'll keep moving that direction. All right. Back to me. Let's see. We've got... I'm working on light commercial, so that's one building in yellow. So I do want to continue working on that, so I'll play that there, move my guy. All right. Actually, AI's turn. All right. Heavy density residential, can't do. Medium density commercial, they can do that. So they'll hop up here. Now they're going to develop this zone down here. So that's going to be 3 buildings. That's going to be a total of 6 points. And then they'll lose 4 and gain 1. So they'll net 3 points total. Add that there. And then add a piece to the skyscraper downtown. And now they're up there. All right. So back to me. Let's see here. I'm still working on that. I don't know if there's a way for me to add to this. I would just be losing a lot of points that way and that way and that way. So, is there anywhere else that I can move out of here? Yes. Yeah, let's see what happens. So I'll move back down here. So I'm going to hop on down, and then I'm going to develop that zone. So it's going to be 3 blocks, so that's going to be 6 points. And then let's see what I gain and lose out of that 6. So I'm actually not going to lose any points, but I will gain another 3. So I'll gain a total of 9 points. I'm going to take a 10 and put a 1 back. All right, and then we'll put 1 up here. Beautiful. All right, so there's that. And let's go back to the AI. Okay, can they play this card? Yes, they can. Yeah, so they'll hop over there. They're gonna work on that. So let's develop some zones here. So it was 2 blocks, so they're gonna get 3 points. And then they're going to lose 2, and then they'll gain 3. So they'll lose 2, and then they'll gain 1. So they're going to go -1, so they'll gain 2 points. So I'll just take these 3 here, and I'll trade them in for a 5. All right. And then they're going to add skyscraper here. All right. Back to me. Is there anything that I can do here? There is not, and my hand is not great, to be completely honest. So I want to get in that quadrant of the city, I think. 2 points for each of your zones that contains 5 blocks or more. I see. So I want to build large blocks. I'm having a hard time doing that with my hand. So my hand has too many negative points, I think. I'm going to go ahead and take a redraw at the start of my turn, and I will lose a point at the end of the game, and I'm going to try to avoid doing that for the rest of the game, but I just had a ton of wilds and a ton of negative points, so I didn't really have a whole lot of options there. But now I do have options, and they're good options, so I will take them. I will continue to work on this zone now. Alright, AI's turn. Yeah, it doesn't look like that's going to work. So let's look at this instead. Ooh. Yeah, so they're going to hop down here. Let's develop these zones here. So that's going to be 2 there. This is going to be 2 here. And then we're going to put one on the skyscraper over here. Like I said, this may not seem like it's very impactful, but when we get to the in-game scoring, you'll see exactly how difficult this will actually be for me. And then they're going to get 3 points, and then 2 points, 1 point, 2 points. They will get 2 points total, so we'll trade these in for a 5. All right. Cool. Back to me. All right. What do I got? I still have another... Ooh, I have a couple of these I can play, actually. That's exciting. Yeah, so let's just do that. I'm just going to keep working on these here. This is getting pretty far down here. There's no spatial limit, but I'm going to try and keep it in the camera frame here. So, all right. That is not something they can play. Yeah, I would do that. So I'm just getting all of the wilds. Okay, here we go. Here's something I should be able to play. I still can't. So, like I said, sometimes it's just hit or miss with these things. Okay, here's a 2. This is something that we can do. All right, so we're going to hop over here. Now let's develop a zone. So the thing about the AI being aggressive is that they tend to jump around zones a lot. So one of the end game triggers is that you will, if a player runs out of their pieces, then that's how the game ends. So the AI has a fair amount less pieces left than I do. I know you can't see them, but so they're just kind of rocking it right now. And then so that'll be 3 points for 2 zones. They'll lose 1 to go to 2, then they'll gain 2, so they'll get 4 points for that zone. All right, then back to me. Okay, so that means I need to get this zone pretty much finished as fast as possible. So I think that's going to be the last one for that, then we'll move out of there next turn and develop it. All right, AI, they can play this. Yep, and they're just going to do that. Seems to make the most sense. Back to me. Sorry, interaction. Okay, so. Sorry, this is what they call angel wings, because it just goes whoosh. All right. If you ever decide to grow your hair out, this is what you'll have to deal with for a good while. All right. I'm ready to move out of that zone, so where do I move to? I'm gonna want to go... See, for that, I need not only majorities, but I'm also going to need top floors. So I think I want to try and get back over there. One second. Okay. Sorry about that. All right. Multitasking at its finest. All right. So I want to move up there. There's not really anywhere else I can go. So in the interest of trying to get more pieces up here, we're going to move up there. And now let's finally develop this zone that I was working on. So that's going to be a total of 5 blocks in the zone. And 5 is going to be worth 15 points. And then let's see what I gain and lose. So I actually am only going to lose 1 point here, but I'm going to gain 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's what I'm going to gain. So 4 points. So I'll actually just take this. So I'll say I'll just gain 3 points. So I'll get a total of 18. So I'll take these 2 here and take a couple here. And yeah. And then I need to add a piece over here to this skyscraper here. All right, I'm up there. AI's turn. Can this go anywhere? I don't think so, so they will have to not play that. Ah, this is good. They can continue working on their zone here. So normally in Zoned Out, if there's any zones that you're working on that haven't been completed yet, you don't score them. For the case of making the AI more difficult, they will score whatever zone they're currently working on as it is. But they won't add a piece to the skyscrapers downtown. They'll just get the points for what it is at its face value. Okay, so I'm looking for those, which I can do. So that's pretty cool. All right, I'm gonna have to move out of there soon because we're going to be ending the game here pretty quickly. Nope, just all the wilds. All right, so we have a single and we have a heavy. Nowhere to put those. We can put these, however, so let's go ahead and put it over here. So they're going to develop this zone, and they're going to go ahead and end the game there. So I'm going to use one of my pieces to mark this since I'm running out of it, and then they're going to put that there. So that will trigger the end of the game. The game runs on equal turns, which means since the AI ended it, I will not get another turn. End game trigger is all of the building pieces being placed by a player. The AI, I know you can't see them off screen, but the AI player just placed all of theirs. So now we're going to, I still need to score their thing here. So there was 4, so that would have been 10 points, and then they would have gained 4 and lost 3, so they'd get a total of 11 points here. 3, 4, 5. So we'll just trade those in and make this as easy as possible for counting. Okay, so there's that. So now we're going to go to the end game scoring here. And then the AI is going to score their current zone as it is per the rules. So that's 3 points plus another 3, so that's 6. So -1, so that's another 5 points for the AI. But I will not score what I'm currently working on. Thank goodness, because I would not be scoring anything. Okay, so now we're going to check the scores here. We're going to do the end game scoring, which are the cards here. So let's check this out. So large scale developer. This is score 2 victory points for each of your zones that contains 5 blocks or more. Now for these, the AI did not get any blocks that big or any zones, but I got 1. So because I got 1, I'll actually gain a total of 10 points here for each of your zones that contains 5 blocks or more. Sorry, no. I'll get 2 points. Yeah, so 2 victory points for each of your zones that contains 5 blocks or more. So that's just worth 2 points. Sorry. It's not worth a whole lot. All right. And then the next one, so the penthouse, they'll score 2 victory points for each piece within the top 2 positions of each tower. So the towers are here. I'll get 2 points there and 2 points there. So I will get 4 points. So I'll just put that over here. AI, however, is going to score 4, 6, 10, 12 points from that. See, so that's the evil genius of the AI, is they always had pieces stacked on top here. And we still have to score majorities on the towers. So I know it's kind of hard to see from the top-down view, but from this view, everything's kind of like stacked up pretty parallel there. It's just kind of hard to capture that with how I have the camera set up, and I didn't want to rearrange all my stuff just to capture that. So you can see plenty of pictures of how it looks in that scape on the videos and stuff online. Okay, so we've done those. So medium industrial zones. So each player will get 1 point for each developed medium being 2 buildings, and then industrial being blue. So the AI got 2 of those zones, 4 of those zones. Sorry, each block. So they have 4 blocks, so they'll gain 4 points. And then I don't think I developed any of those, actually. Oh, no, that was me. So, no, that's not me. Yeah, I'll gain 0 for that, actually. Okay, and now we're going to do medium commercial. Did anyone? Yeah, the AI got 2. I didn't get any, so the AI will get another 2 there. And then the medium residential. So we got all mediums on these random ones. I did not. Oh, wait a second. I did get some points for that. That's 1, 2, 3, 4. So I actually need 4 points there. I lied. Good eye, sniper. Okay. And then the AI got 2 there. Oh yeah, they got 2. So they would have gotten. Yeah, they would have gotten 2 points there. Man, I'm really not good at looking at this stuff. All right, and then they need a point for medium residentials. So that would have been. Oh yeah, I needed to mark this as well. Yep, so they've got 4 here that they developed on the last turn. And then that's all that they had, and I did not develop any of those. So they'll get another 4 points. So we'll trade that in. And we'll trade this in here. And then we'll just trade this in for these to make my counting a lot easier. And then we need to do majorities on towers. AI got majority here and here, and then we tie for majority here, so we both get it. So the AI gets another 15 points, and then I will get another 10 points. Okay, and then that would be the end of the scoring, so now we would just count. So the AI's score, let me get my handy dandy notepad here, so we're going to track this. So, robot's name, so robot, and then me. All right, so the robot score is going to be 74 points for game number 1, and then for me, I'm going to get a total of 61 points. So I failed. So as you can see, I think that's a good example of showing how the AI seemed like they were doing fairly poorly as far as like the average score per zone, but because like this is a good thing to kind of point out strategy in this game, is if you jump around, develop zones a lot quicker, You'll dump pieces faster, and you'll also get in on the skyscrapers here in the middle. And like I said, also with this setup, I'm also guaranteeing that there is at least one card here that cares about skyscraper position. This is from the promo pack. The reason that I added this is because this is like the main way of scoring for the AI. I mean, they got a ton of points off of this, so that's I wanted to make sure that it was a challenge. If it turns out to be too challenging for you, just do completely random of all of these, right? So there's that. I probably could have paid attention more to the types of things that were going on here, but I didn't. So the robots beat me. So there's that. So that was game number 1, goes to robots. I am going to try and redeem myself in game number 2. So I am going to put you on the Be Right Back screen, let you listen to some music while I reset the table and get ready for my second attempt to take out Skynet. Okay. All right. Everything's basically done. I'm just gonna finish getting this all set here because I want to make sure everything's lined up properly. And while I'm finishing this, I'll go ahead and I'll do what I always do. Just gonna have a quick little chat about what we have going on in the world of Gray Fox Games. So. Just real fast, if you didn't know, at the top of the screen there, we have links. You can go to the web store on our website, and you can get this game, grayfoxgames.com/game/zoned out. There's also all the other games that we offer, as well as all the exclusives that we offer for those games. You can get only from the website. You can also sign up for a newsletter while you're there to keep up to date with everything that we're doing. One of the things that we're doing is we've got a Kickstarter going on right now for our game For Science, cooperative real-time dexterity game about curing viruses. The coolest thing about the campaign is that for every copy sold during the campaign, we're going to be donating $5 to the Direct Relief Charity, and the Direct Relief Charity is one of the charities who's on the front lines fighting COVID-19 right now. So you can get an amazing game about curing viruses and also help us support companies that are doing that thing right now in the real world. It's pretty cool. Last thing you'll notice, second link at the top of that screen there, teespring.com/store/grayfoxgames. That is going to be our brand new merch store we just launched. We have a few items in there. We have some Champions of Midgard items as well as some Bushido items. We have more designs coming soon that I'm working on. So we'll eventually have merchandise for all of our games on there. So if you are a big fan of Champions, you can get some cool stuff from there. If you're a big fan of Zoned Out, you can get some cool stuff from there sometime in the future. So go check out what we have there now. Ship it directly to you from the store. It's good stuff. All kinds of cool things on there that we're going to be doing. So just the things that we have going on. And that is that. That is all the things. I mean, there's more stuff, but it's behind-the-scenes stuff that I can't talk about because it's cool. We have a lot of cool stuff coming up this year. Like I said, biggest things, subscribe to that newsletter so that way you can keep up to date with what we're doing. We have updates on production of the games coming out later this year, like Tsukiyumi Full Moon Down will be coming out this year, which is a pretty big game, Kickstarter last year. After the Empire is coming out this year, Tortuga 2199 is coming out this year. So we have some pretty big things happening this year, which is awesome. So just a thing to keep an eye out for, and the best way to do that is be part of the newsletter. So there's that. All right, so back to the game. Everything is reset here. Let's go over the scoring for this game here. We have Diverse Presence. This is one of the promo scoring cards. Basically, you're going to want, we score points for having pieces in each of the different skyscrapers. So you get rewarded for jumping to different parts of the city. Small Scale Developers, another promo one. That is going to be extra points for, you are welcome, Neil. I'm glad that you appreciate that. There's going to be 2 points for each of the zones that are 3 blocks or less. If you paid attention to the last game, you'll notice that the AI specialized in having 3 blocks or less per, so that's going to be problematic for me. Then we have points for heavy industrial zones, points for light commercial zones, and then we have a majority one, and the majority one is for whoever develops the most residential zones. There's a first and second place of 6 points and 3 points. So I think the scoring for this, like I already lost by a fair margin last game. It was 74 for the robots and 61 for me, so you know I lost a fair amount. So we're going to try and make that up, but I feel like with the way that this scoring is, especially with the skyscrapers and with the small scale development, that's probably going to be a pretty big hurdle for me. So I'm going to try and pay more attention to the scoring cards this game, and we'll see how we do. All right, let's just take a swig of that. Let's do it. All right. Jared versus Skynet, round 2. Let's see what our opening moves can be. Okay. I'm picking up what they're putting down. So let's open up with this. We'll go here. Now I'm going to try and mimic the AI based off the scoring cards here. I'm going to try and jump around to the different parts of the city as much as I can. I'm going to try and develop as many multiple zones as I can, so that way it's a bunch of small zones. So we'll see how we do with that. AI opening move, ooh, with a strong one. So if I'm working on that, that means they would want to work on this one, so they would need to do it like this is probably the best way, I would say. Yeah, that's probably the best way. So opening move is going to be over there. All right. So So for me, I want to continue developing this zone. I think because it's 3 or less, I want to try and maximize these points by getting to that 3 mark as much as I possibly can. Need to give the AI an identity to make it feel more real. What you call it, Foxy Gray. Foxy Gray, it's a little racy. But we'll come up with a name. I'll brainstorm with you, and we'll figure out an actual name for the AI, because I'm sure at some point, whoever owns the rights to Terminator will figure out that I'm calling everything Skynet. And I also made an illegal move last round because I placed the wrong density there. So that means I would have had to have placed this one, which would be my correct move. And that means this would be my hand, which means I can't continue to develop that. So now I have to go somewhere else. My bad. My bad. The robots are getting in my head. All right. So if I can't do that, what can I do? Oh, beautiful. I can do that. So yeah, we'll just jump over here. So that means I'm going to go ahead and develop my first zone. It is going to be 2 zones, so that means it's going to be 3 points at its base. And we are going to see what I lose. I'll lose a point, then I'll gain a point, so it'll wash. We'll just get a flat 3 points for that. And then I will add to this downtown skyscraper. All right, AI. What was it? Foxy Gray? Foxy Gray. Senor Fox E. Yeah, I think we do it like this. That makes the most sense. All right. Oh, I'm playing in the wrong one. Sorry. This is the AI, and the AI would have to do that, which means they are going to develop since they're starting a new zone type. So they're jumping from residential to commercial. So it was 2, so that's 3 points, and then they would gain 1, so they're going to actually net 4 points for the zone development. Let me just toss these over here. And then they would add a piece to this skyscraper down here. All right. AI is hot on the trail. All right, what can I be doing here? I can't play that. I can play this. This seems to be my only option here, actually. It's not bad, though. So I'll do this. I'm going to develop. So there's 2 blocks in the zone, so that's going to be 3 points. And then I'm not next to any negatives. I'm next to 2 parks. So that's a total of 5 points for me. And then I'll add 1 to the skyscraper here. It's really not a bad move, actually. All right, AI. We have a light density and a heavy density residential, which they can place. All right. So they're going to develop that. Ooh, and those are heavy densities. So they're going to get 3 building pieces each. That's what we call a bummer. And then we'll add a piece to the skyscraper here. And so it'll be 3, plus I'll get 3 more. So actually he'll net 6 points off of that. So I'll trade in all 4 of those and just give him a tenner. All right. Well done, AI. And then I still have things I need to do. So we're going to hop over to this part, and we're going to say that we're going to go for a... actually, no, I need to do it here because I need to go for heavy density. So we're going to move here. It's going to become a heavy density because it's a wild, so it'll be a heavy density industrial. So it's copying. We're going to develop that zone. So there's going to be 1, 2 there. We're going to add a piece to the skyscraper. I will get 3 points. I'll lose a point, then I'll gain a point, so it'll wash to a flat 3. Oh, I'll get another one there. So that's actually 4 points is what I'll gain. So there's that, and we'll go to this here. All right, can they play this? Yes, they can. there's that. We'll go here. All right. So for me, I can't keep improving the zone that I'm working on. I don't have the cards for it. And I don't want to discard. So let's see what else I can do here. Problem is I have a lot of commercial in my hand, but there's not a lot of commercial on the board, so I need to set the board up with more commercial somehow, which means like this is double commercial, this is the only commercial that I don't have, so that means I need to play this card, and I'm gonna have to do it like this. So there's that. We're going to develop the zone here, so that's going to be heavy densities. So there's that. And I'm stoked on heavy densities because it means I'm dropping more pieces on the board. I'm probably not going to score a whole lot of points for this one because it's 3, and then I'm going to lose 4, and then I'll gain 1. So I'll gain 3, and then I'll lose 3, so it'll wash to a 0-point score for the zone, which is fine. We do what we have to. And then they have a light, so they're going to hop over here. They're going to develop their zone. So they're going to need a 1, a 2, and a 3. And then they're going to lose 3 points, and then they'll gain 2 points. So that means that they'll lose 1 point total, which means they'll get a grand total of 5 points for that zone. And then that'll be their third zone in that part of the city there. Okay, so my turn. I'm working on that. Here, I'm gonna just go ahead and do myself a favor, and I will move these over here, and then just try and do that. This game isn't really a table hog. Like I said, I'm just trying to keep everything like in camera frame here, so just to make my life easier. So let's go ahead and let's jump here, so that way I can start actually playing some of these commercial cards. So there's that. I'm going to develop both of those, which are heavy residentials, which means 3 buildings, and so I will get a total of 7 pieces for my supply, 3 for each of the blocks, plus 1 to the skyscraper downtown. And that would be in this here. And then I'll gain 3 points, and then I'll lose a point, and then I'll gain a point, so we will wash and get a flat 3 points there. So the AI is just so rampant that my goal in this is I'm trying to just speed quickly. Like, aside from the fact that I get extra points for it, the faster I can end the game, the faster it's going to cut off the AI from what they're doing. So can they play this? Yes, they can. And they will continue to develop that zone. So I think what they're going to want to do is they will... Yeah, I think it comes out the same way either way, so... No, it doesn't, because it will give me an extra point if I do it like this. Aha! We have figured it out. Alright. The AI figured it out. I figured it out for the AI. Robots are dumb. I'm not dumb. I'm human, not robot. And now I need to play another one of these. So let's go ahead and let's do this. Now I can actually play some cards. AI. Let me see. Light residential, light commercial. Yes, they want to get in this quadrant of the city. So they're going to go here. They're going to develop that zone. So that's going to be 3 pieces, so that's a total of 6 points, and let's see what they gain and lose. They'll also add a piece down here. What they gain and lose. They're losing 1 point, and they're gaining 2, so they're going to plus 1, so they'll go for a total of 7 points. So we'll trade in that for a 10 and a 2. So they are still hot on the heels. Have you live streamed War of the Worlds? No, I have not live streamed War of the Worlds yet. I did see online that there is a gentleman by the name of Oscar Valera, who's in some Facebook groups that I'm in, who said that he worked on a solo mode. He's a pretty large solo gamer, and he says that he has come up with some basic solo rules for War of the Worlds. So I will be reviewing those, and I think I will be doing a stream of that next week. Since he has worked on them. We'll give him a shout out and give all the credit up there and stuff, and we'll do that. So it will be coming. Also next week we'll be starting our tabletop simulator streams. So basically we can play any of our games as long as it's on Tabletop Simulator. So we will get to all of our games, War of the Worlds included. All right. So they just did that. I'm here. So now I'm going to want to, heavy industrial zones? There's still no heavy industrials out here. But there is this, which will put a heavy industrial on the board. And I need to get to that quadrant of the city. So we're going to do that. I'm going to hop all the way over here. We're going to develop this zone. Once again, it is heavy. So I am just dropping mad pieces on the table right now. So it'll be a total of 10 pieces for my supply. Alright, and that would have been in this quadrant again. One really tall skyscraper. I know it's hard to see. We have one really tall skyscraper. It was just really strange. The rest of the city's like, forget about him. Okay, so that's 3 zones, so that's 6 points, plus 2, minus 2, so it washes. I'll get a grand total of 6 points here. Let's go ahead and let me just make my scoring easier. So that's 5, that's 5, that's a 10, that's a 10, so there's 2 10s there. Cool. Make my life easier at the end of the game. Refill my hand. AI, let's see what they can do here. Oh, they can keep working on their zone, actually. They're going to do that because that's what the smart thing would be, to try and maximize their points. So I'm working on that. Yeah, so let's do it like that. And AI's turn. Light residential. They'd want to go over here if they can, but it doesn't look like they can. So instead, they are going to... This will kind of give them a route in down here, so I think that they would hop across over here. And then they're going to try and work their way down off these cards, I think. So, develop... Ooh, this is actually... End of game scoring is going to be really tight on this one. So let's see here. So that's 3, so that'll be 6 points. They're going to lose 2, gain 2. That's a wash, so they're just going to get 6 points flat. There's a 5, there's a 1. Cool. AI, I feel like, is still kicking my butt here. Alright, what can I do? What can I do? What can I do? I want to move out of that zone. But that'll give me some stuff here. Now, this scoring piece is each set. So basically, for each individual piece, like if I have one piece in each skyscraper, then that'll be worth 5 points. And then if I get a second set, that's worth 6 points in addition. So it stacks. It's 5 plus 6 plus 9. So I can get a lot of points if I can get... I have to develop a lot of zones and a lot of things. So right now, with how I have it, I would just need... I'm going to put my first zone here. So that'll be my first set. So I need a second piece in both of these quadrants of the city. Basically this half of the city. I'm going to try and bounce between those. And that'll give me my second set if I can. We're going to go for that because that seems like a good way to beat the robots. Alright. That's enough weird for now. I'm actually a very strange person. I try and keep it under control on the streams. Alright, so... I think if we need to do that, then I've got to do this. And I'm going to see if I can get another one to try and pop right here, maybe. It's a lot of negative points, but I think we care more about the skyscrapers, like the actual skyscrapers themselves, than we do the points that we get from the board. So I'm going to drop that like that. We're going to hop all the way down here. We're going to develop some things. So this is light, so that means it's only going to be one building piece per block that I developed. Most importantly, we're going to be putting a piece here in the skyscraper. And so that's going to be 6 points. And then we'll have 2 negatives. And I have 3 parks, 1 parking lot, which means I'm going to get plus 2 points with a total of 8 points there that I'm going to get. So we'll put those over there. Hot dog. All right, AI's turn. Let's see what they can do here. Oh yeah, they definitely want to go down there. So this was their plan all along, I think. So they're going to hop down here. Oh, those sneaky robots. All right. They are going to develop their zone. It is heavy density, which means 3 pieces each. I was hoping someone would chime in, but I remember that there's a delay on this video, and so I'd be waiting for a long time for someone to say it, and they probably wouldn't even say it, and I'd just be staring at you like an idiot for a while. So instead, we're just going to say what it is. 3 pieces each up here, plus 1 on the skyscraper. And then that means it's that's going to be 3 points for the 2 blocks. And they're going to gain 2, lose 1. So that's going to be a grand total of 4 pointaroos for them. So we'll trade the 1 in for a 5, trade the 2 5s in for a 10. Well done, robots. All right. I need a way to get this over there. Oh. Ooh. All right, so I think the way that we do this is like this, and we try and risk it. So I'm placing it like this because I want to get next to the thing up there. It looks like it's gonna move up there. It's fine. Just use your imagination. Just pretend that I'm winning, because that's what I want to do. So we're gonna hop all the way up there, and we're gonna develop. Oh man, I'm gonna have 1 piece left. So that means that on my next turn, I'm gonna have to jump out of there. I just need to jump out and develop anywhere, and then that'll give me my extra points. All right, so, that was the card. So I actually need to play this card for the AI, which, can't really do. So let's instead, they'll just continue to develop this. That's fine. That makes the most sense. All right, so I just need to go literally anywhere. So let's just go ahead and hop all the way over here. I don't really care what the points are that I get from this, because it's a total of 3 points. I don't have enough pieces. Normally you just use extra players' pieces whenever you run out. But I don't want to pull them out of the box, so I'm just going to mark those with the caution tokens, and then I'll add my piece to the skyscraper here. So that's 3 points. I'm going to lose 3 points. I'll gain 1 point. So I'm going to get 1 point for that zone, which is whatever. All right, so since it's equal turns, the AI gets 1 final turn, and they are going to do this. They're going to hop here. They're going to develop that zone. You know, as fast as I tried to end the game, the AI still kept pace with me pretty well, to be completely honest. They don't have, hold on, so they're going to put this here. They've only got 2, 4, 6, 7 pieces left, so, I mean, like, that's really just like one or two zones, so they actually did a good job keeping up with me. So they need 6 points, and then they're going to gain 3, lose, so they're going to gain 1, so they need a total of 7 points. So, all right, yeah, so 7 points there. So now we're going to In the game, per the AI rules, they're going to score the zone they're currently working on, but not add a piece to the skyscraper. So they're going to get 3 points, and then they're going to get 4 points total for that. So we'll take one of these, turn it into a 5, turn that 5 plus that 5 into a 10. Okay. So now we're going to go to endgame scoring, everyone's favorite part. All right, so let's check this out. Let's do majorities on the towers first. There's a tie here, so we'll both get 5. I win here, and he wins there. So I'll get 15, and the AI will get 10. Oh yeah, there's also, I totally ignored it the first game because I totally forgot. But there's also second places on these and third places. So it's, I think it's 5-3-1. Is that what it is? Oh no, it's 7-5-3. Even better. So 7-5-3. So I'll actually get 14 points. No, so I'll actually get 21 points. What I'm going to get. So I need another 7 points there. I need another 6 points total, because that's what I missed out on. Sorry. So 6 points, and then I'm going to make my life a little bit easier. That's going to be a 10. That's going to be a 10. And then that means they're going to need another 4 points. Yeah, so they're going to need, hold on, they need another 2 points for the tie. And then for second place, they're going to need another 5 points. So they need a total of 7 points. 7 and then 9. No, they need another 9 points, actually. My math is, so score would have been closer last game for you. Maybe, I think it definitely could have been, but also keep in mind that what I was missing, the AI was also missing, so the differential probably would have still been roughly the same, would have just been higher totals. Yes, but either way, I think the AI kicked my butt last game for sure. So, okay. So we fixed all that scoring there. That means, since before we move on, I'm going to go ahead and just trade these out. The AI is still currently ahead of me on scoring. So, all right, so let's do this. Majority for the most residential blocks developed. So for me, I developed 1, 2, 3, 4, and then the AI did 3, 4, 5. 6, 7. Yeah, they did a lot more than me. So they're going to get 6 points. I'm going to get 3 points for that. So they'll take 6. I'll take 3. Not looking good. Next one, light commercial zones, which is 1 building yellows. I have 3 of them up there, and then the AI didn't do any of the lights. So I'll get 6 points is what I'm going to get. No, I'll get 3 points. Sorry, it's 1 point each. So I'll get 3, which is exciting because the AI didn't score anything, so that's actually just straight point value. Let's go ahead and just dump that back. Heavy industrials. So by the rules of the game, they did technically develop these at the end of the game. So they have 2. I have 2. So we'll both get an extra 2 points here, which that makes 5 here. That makes that makes a 10 for them. And then I'll get another 2 points over here. All right. And now the big points. Diverse presence. So this is the sets in the towers here. So for me, I have 2 complete sets. So I have 2 pieces at least in each tower, which means, so I get 5 points for your first set, 6 points for the second set, and if I would have done a third set, it would have been 9 points. So that's a total of 11 points for moi. So that'll be a 10. I'm going to trade these in for a 5, plus the 5 for another 10. Easy peasy. Now the AI scored 1 set, so they'll get 5 points. And then last thing is small scale developer. 2 points for each of our zones that contain 3 blocks or less. Let me go ahead and just save you some trouble here. We did that for every zone we had. So this is going to come down to brass tacks of just who developed the most zones. So I've got 1 zone, 2 zones, 3 zones, 4 zones. Yeah, hold on. So that's 1, that's 2, that's 3, that's 4, that's 5, that's 6, that's 7, that's 8. I developed 8 zones. So I need 16 points.
Not bad if I do say so myself.
All right, and then AI, they developed, let's start here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 zones as well. So we'll just wash on that. So they'll also get 16 points. Not bad, not bad. Okay, so now, handy dandy notepad, me versus robots. Let's see. So I will end this with 50, 60, 70, 86 points for game 2. So 86 points. AI is going to get... Oh my goodness. AI ends with 91 points. And yes, I did the math correctly. So I will also lose game number 2 by a grand total of 5 points. That is a bummer, because if you think about it, those 5 points could have been made up anywhere where I would have, like any of the times that I scored 0 points, which I think was at least twice. That would have been some points there, just all kinds of stuff. So, yeah, so I am 0 for 2 on the playing against the AI and zoned out. So that's the, that's it. That's the thing that I came up with for this. So that's pretty cool. AI is tough. Like I said, it may have seemed like the AI was not doing great, but once you get down to the end game scoring, the AI just tends to crush. So that is the hidden genius behind the robots. So like I said, I'm going to go on BGG. I'm going to upload these simple rules on there, so you all, and we'll share it on our social media once we've done that. And yeah, that's it. So if you don't own a copy of the game, you can get it from the website at the top there, greyfoxgames.com/game/zone-out. That takes you directly to there, as well as all the other things that we offer on our website as far as our games, and we have a lot of exclusives for those games that we only offer through our website. So go there, check it out. You can also subscribe to our newsletter while you're there, so you can keep up to date with everything that we're doing. Like I said, we are releasing some big games this year. Tsukiyumi Full Moon Down's a huge game. After the Empire is a big game. Tortuga 2199 is a big game that's coming out. We have a lot of stuff that's happening, so you can keep up to date with that newsletter. Other things going on, the other link up there, teespring.com/store/greyfoxgames. That's going to be our new merch store we just launched, so you can get some cool Grey Fox Games swag. We have some Champions of Midgard and some Bushido stuff on there currently, and we are working on more designs every day, so that store will grow and grow and grow. So if you like any of our games, you can, support us and also rep that by picking up some cool merch that you can wear around to cons or your house right now. You can look cool for yourself, and then once everything gets a little bit back to normal, we can be around each other again. Go to a con, wear the shirt, be like, yeah, Champions of Midgard. So that's pretty cool. So there's that. Last thing. Kickstarter right now for our game Force Science, cooperative real-time dexterity game. You can find that on Kickstarter at the moment. It is a, like I said, cooperative real-time dexterity game about curing viruses. And the cool thing about that is that for every copy sold during the campaign, we're going to donate $5 to the Direct Relief charity. And that charity is on the front lines fighting COVID-19 right now. So you can get a super fun, awesome dexterity cooperative game about curing viruses, and then also help us support a company that is doing that in real life. So get a little 1-2 punch, which we like so much around here. So that's it for us. We'll be posting our schedule for streams next week here later today, and so you can keep up to that. If you didn't know already, consistent days every Tuesday, Wednesday, Friday, 3 p.m. Central are our streams. We'll be expanding to Tabletop Simulator starting next week as well with a day or two. So we'll have a lot of cool things going on there with that. So yeah, just keep an eye on our social media, check out our website, do all the things, and thank you so much for watching, and I will see y'all again on Tuesday of next week for our cool stuff then. Take care.